Now, to dating. And despite all the new ways that there are now to meet people online and whatnot, apparently it's still possible to find someone the old-fashioned way. Here to tell us how to do it, please welcome dating guru Stephen Nolan. Stephen, you run a website. It's called irishseduction.com.
At Irish Seduction, we teach two things. The first is confidence to approach anybody, anywhere. So if you're walking down the street, you're in a bar, you're in a club, instead of letting that opportunity go miss, you have the confidence in yourself to go up, open a conversation with somebody, build attraction and set up a date. That's the first skill we teach. The second is your ability to create a connection with somebody new. So what to say, how to say it.
From the male perspective, what are guys finding difficult about meeting women these days?
Well, when people come to me first, I ask them two questions. The first question is, how many people have you approached completely sober during the day in the last year? The second question is, how many people could you approach? How many situations have you been in when you saw somebody that was attractive and you let that opportunity go? Like, there was a survey done in the Irish Times in Denmark, and 9% of people meet each other on the dart, for example. In America, people are very comfortable going up in any situation, but in Ireland, it's taboo. Like, people just meet each other out, or friends of friends.
Say, from the male perspective, so basically, everything is an opportunity to meet women.
Yeah, I suppose in any situation, if you build up your confidence and, even walking down the street, every time you walk down the street, there's thousands of people on Grafton Street. You're probably after passing 3 or 4 people that could be your ideal partner. I picked Grafton Street because, it's where I met my girlfriend. I was walking down.
And did you pick her up cold call in the middle of the day?
Cold call. No, I was walking down the street and I saw her in the queue for a bank. I went up, I opened a conversation, and 4 years later I'm going out with her. Now, it didn't take me 4 years to get her. But,
what are the tricks you give guys to, to use those opportunities?
I suppose the difference between us and any other dating company out there is we bring people out into live situations and we can pinpoint the mistakes they're making. I mean, people could be making mistakes their whole life and, they're not aware because they are the ones making them.
Okay, so for guys watching at home now, saddos who are in watching the television, just give us some basic tips. So you bring guys out to bars, and so how do you do it? How do you chat up a woman?
The two biggest mistakes guys make are, the first one is showing too much interest. So you can do that in 2 ways. You can do it verbally, bombarding the person with interrogation style questions, like what's your name, what do you do, where are you from? Or you can do it physically. Music is loud, you lean into the other person's space and, the person starts to lean back and you kind of lose your balance. You put your hand on the other person's shoulder and, that makes them uncomfortable. In a situation like that, if you can hold your posture and you lower the tone of your voice, the other person will lean in. And, that's one example. Another one would be the time constraint. When you walk up and you speak to her at 12 or 1 o'clock, chances are she's probably after rejecting about 10 or 15 other guys that came up. So if you imagine you're in Dublin, you're going back on the train to Cork, and just before the train goes, somebody sits down beside you and starts firing questions at you. What's the first thing that pop into your head?
I need to get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what a woman will think. But if you walk up and you say something like, I can only stay a second, my friend has a drink at the bar or whatever, and you go into a conversation from there, that will give you a few extra minutes. And a few things like that, like what we teach is how to present yourself well, get those few minutes and, put your personality across, and then you'll meet somebody.